Good afternoon. Welcome to the Senior Citizens Rock presser after week 6, getting ready for week 7. I'm coming to you as the general manager of the team, Fantasy Clowns, and just kind of looking over where this team is right now and then what we're looking to do during the stretch run with a 5-7 record. Really on the verge of getting into the playoff race in the number 7 spot. So looking to make that final push to get in the top 6 spots. Looking over the starting lineup that we're going to go with this week, we're going to have to, with 6 teams on bye, we're going to have to really look ahead in the running back position, especially, and, maneuver towards Jerick McKinnon's going to, jump into the starting lineup this week. But Tua, having the big game against Philly, and hopefully the offenses really go strong there. And then in the super flex, we'll go with Purdy. And, we do have, running backs like Saquon and Gibson that we just put in the flex just based on when they play, but really need to utilize, some of the lower end backs like McKinnon and Ford. And then we use McBride also in a flex just to get, those spots filled. The receivers are kind of our mainstay guys, Amon-Ra and Romeo Doubs in London. A little bit concerned about Doubs this week. If he faces shadow coverage with Pat Surtain, that's the expectation. So we're just really hoping to squeak out a win. We do have a tough, match this week. It's an 8-4. I'm sorry. It's a 6-6 record against Team Lahee Randy, and so really. Need to get a win this week, get or two to kind of pull back in it. We won this league last year, so we are the defending champions. So it'd be really sad if we went from first place to not making the playoffs. So gonna make that final push. And as you can see, we have players like Justin Fields and Kenny Pickett, and we do have a lot of quarterbacks here. But this was a winning team last year, so even though it's heavy in the quarterback room, Kirk Cousins. Here we do have some depth as far as that goes, but we're gonna kind of monitoring also whether Craig Reynolds is going to play, because he could sub in for McKinnon if that all goes that way. I wanted to take a look back though, and just kind of see how did we get to this winning team, and also just kind of point out that this team right now in the league actually is a profitable team. We had paid $150 in fees paid in, and to date, we actually, did clear $181.50, and those 150 fees do pass through 2024. So we're kind of playing with house money in this league, and want to get back to another championship to make it excessively profitable if we can. But any money we get this year, will really add to the profit margin and make this league a little bit more profitable. So looking at that startup draft, that when we really began this, you were drafted out of the 4 spot. So, it allowed us to go get Lamar Jackson. And, I'm looking back and I'm saying, okay, this was a chance that I kind of didn't build this the normal way I build things. So it's kind of interesting how many trades I must have made to get to where we are right now, because Derrick Henry's no longer on the squad. And Terry McLaurin is no longer on the squad, so we got rid of a lot of those top players, that we drafted early. Chris Carson, Slayton, those are all gone, long gone, and so a couple of rookies in there as well. And then Jimmy G, and then more rookies, and then the whole way down to Trubisky, who isn't a player. And then we did draft Jerick McKinnon, but as you can see, like the rest of these draft picks are all long gone. Larry Fitzgerald feels like an eternity ago since he played, and Dan Arnold and Jalen Hurd and Chosen Anderson. I mean, just all guys that really aren't players, and then a bunch of quarterbacks at the very end. But as you notice there, we actually drafted Geno Smith back at that time when we would have had no idea what he was going to become. So pretty interesting to see that pick there. Looking at what those kickers became in the rookie draft, and that was what we drafted that rookie draft right after there, and this kind of gave us the ability to begin the process of just simply adding guys, and this was where we got Tua. So Tua was part of that rookie class, and then Keyshawn Vaughn never really amounted to much, and you really but then you notice there we did get Justin Jefferson. So there were some things that looks like, we would have gotten, but I actually wonder if we did get Jefferson there. I'll have to look back at the trades because I feel like this is maybe where it glitches up a little bit. I would find it hard to believe that we were able to get Justin Jefferson in the second round there. But anyway, just kind of what some of those rookie picks, could become, and that seems to be where you're going to get the most value out of those rookie picks. Looking at the 2021 rookie draft, and this becomes more, where you finish in the draft. And so here's where we kind of went with Zach Wilson, and that became a zero, real quick, and traded away the second pick, and then Kellen Mond and Dez Fitzpatrick and Newman. I mean, these are all guys that really didn't help. So without any trades, the 2021 draft really became a zero for us. We didn't hit on much. We did get Davis Mills when we picked up a trade there, for him. But it was a kind of a desolate year for us in the rookie draft. Not much coming out of 2021, at all. Looking at 2022, this was when we drafted the right pieces to make our run, and we were able to get Drake London and Trey McBride in the third round, and then Jerome Ford in the fifth round. So, those are all picks that really were able to, make a difference for us, and just kind of where some of those players went as you look through some of what we were doing there. And then finally looking at our rookie draft this year, and of course drafting out of the 12 spot, we went all quarterbacks, besides Prince from KC, which became a zero here, over the course of time. So, basically 4 quarterbacks haven't done anything as of yet. And, that's kind of, what, we're just kind of building for the future, just kind of getting our team in, making sure that we have enough quarterbacks. As you see, we missed on Shane. We couldn't have gotten him, any way we looked at it. So, we were basically, would have had to go. We could have went with some young running backs or Roshan, but there wasn't much left over. And so when they left all those quarterbacks, Hooker and Levis, and then we had Clayton Tune, and then Jake Hayner. So, a couple options. So we'll see what they all become. None of these guys have played yet. So we haven't seen any of them play yet. So we don't really know, if they do get a moment to start, what they'll be like. So we haven't seen any play time from any of the 4 of them yet. So we'll be anxious to see what that becomes and how this team really transforms forward. I did kind of want to look at, somewhat of the schedule. So we are projected to win by about 80 points this week, or 65 points this week. Looking ahead to week 8, again, we're going to be able to be projected to win that as well. So what we're going to hopefully do is, after we look at week 8, we're hoping to be back in that playoff hunt and be in the top 6 spots. And that's kind of the goal. Like, I think we finished 5th last year. So out of the 5 spot, we were able to come through and get a win and win the whole thing. So that's kind of the goal again with median scoring this year, just to keep it close, get in the top 6, and then begin the playoff run and get hot at that time. And, luckily with week 7 and 13, we typically do pretty well with our quarterback monopoly. So week 13 is going to feature 6 bye weeks again. And so we should be in good shape there. And we'll just keep enough running backs and receivers on the roster to get us through those 2 weeks. And then we'll try to get hot, and we'll just kind of look around, and hopefully some of the players will have their quarterbacks injured as we start the stretch run, and just need to get a win in week 15 and week 16, and get to a championship in week 17 and get a win. And try to get this thing back to back, which is really tough to do. So that's kind of the outline of the plan for this team, the Senior Citizens Rock team. And just kind of wanted to give you a state of the team address, so to speak. And we welcome any comments you might have, and how we built this, and how we built a quarterback heavy team to win a championship. Really that's what we have here. As you notice, we're a little bit light on the running back room, and we'll look to replenish that as the years go on. But leave those comments, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and that's all for now. So long.